Okay, let's get into this Euro USD trade right here. Okay, I'm gonna remove this one because I'll add it in just a moment for better context. Right? Okay, we said we have our eyeballs shifting, right? Eyeballs, so the internal structure would have been bearish. The internal structure pulls back, and then you would expect the internal structure to continue going down. But it was facing up against the swing structure, and swing is king, so you probably want to go with the swing instead of the internal in this case, because the swing did come into the extreme. So what I was saying earlier is you have this counter swing trade, counter internal after the swing pullback has come into the 50%. This type of trade is the one you want to take on this end of the spectrum where the pullback is starting, right? You want to take it when the pullback is starting, not after the pullback has occurred, right? Hence I was saying it's like a perfect setup. It's come into a zone that's created this internal low, so it's a strong zone. You expect some sort of reaction from it. As you can see, you do get a reaction from it. You get a strong reaction down. It gives you a valid change of character here, and it's not like an iffy one where it's like just a sweep. This is like the market switching. You can see bearish momentum coming in right here. You get your chalk. All right, okay, you get the chalk. You have the extreme zone that is left. You have the liquidity building right before the zone. It comes in to sweep the liquidity. This is an entry model, then you want to enter on that, right? So first trade, I go ahead, I enter on this. Lo and behold, like I said, low probability because of the area where the setup is occurring. I do take a loss. Now I will touch on something else, right? Whether I was emotional, right? Maybe not thinking straight, I would say it's something I talked about, like how you would take this, and it leads to regret where you know this is wrong, but you still did it anyway. I don't know why I did it, but okay, it was for the channel, but from today it stops. It was to prove that little bit of a point, which is bad because why prove a point using money in that way? Because it's just not worth it. End of the day. So in I've seen it where you have this entry model, it sweeps this liquidity here, it comes in, that's your entry model, you want to enter right there. Then it goes ahead, it sweeps this. Once it sweeps this, it makes this a strong high, and then once you liquidate this high, it's a strong liquidation, which is then equal to a new entry model forming because you did not break the 15-minute zone. So the zone is still holding, you did not break it, and you get another entry model as you are losing this trade closes, but you get a new valid entry. So what my smart ass did was enter on this because I did see it before where I would take a loss, right? I would take a loss similar to this where it just sweeps this low, comes in, takes me out of the trade, and then the trade plays out. But because in that moment you're a little bit angry, disappointed, whatever, you just close the charts, you don't want to look at them. Then when you come back later to check what's going on, you find that the entry model presented itself again in here, and you were not there to take it, right? Okay, so that happens. I re-enter on this one. I re-enter on this one, and then I get better 1:3. I get a little bit better 1:3 R with this. It was not as far as the last one, so okay, I'm happy with that. I'll take that. It moves in. My plan is once we close below this low and then we come back in, and then close. I want to be aggressive with my risk management, where my break even, I move it a little bit faster than normal, right? Because I want the management to be more aggressive. So it comes down, I see it react to whatever is in here, it comes back up. At this point, I'm thinking I probably should close this, right? It's not going as planned, but then I'm like, okay, there's no point in closing this prematurely, because you close this prematurely, it works out, you kick yourself again, because it is valid end of the day, even though the setup is in the wrong area, like I said before, but it was like valid for what I was trying to do with the previous one. So it comes back in here. Okay, I monitor it, but I don't let the emotions get the best of me. I close the charts. I'm waiting. I check back in, and then only to find it doesn't show now, but there was USD. I think Fed Chair Powell was speaking here at this point, somewhere here, somewhere around here. I catch on that Fed Chair Powell is having a speech right before this candle, and then I just manually close my position, and the position cancels out this other position, so it's like nothing happened today, but I hate that it did happen, so it's just something we don't do again. For today, I didn't pay for it gravely. I did not, because usually to learn your lesson, you have to feel the pain, right? Now, so for today, I survived the pain through what I did, but it is not right. We just don't do that again. And to go and like, my point was proven that these type of trades, it just don't work out, so just avoid them. So it just didn't work out, like I said before. But I guess I didn't learn my lesson like through pain today, but just going forward, we see this, we just avoid it. There's no point in losing money over something like this. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this trade recap. Yeah, have a good one.